So we know how to connect subjects and verbs. That's the easy part. Everybody knows it. But sometimes you're speaking and you can't decide, is it singular or is it plural? Which verb do I use? Let me give you an example. All of us, what kind of verb do we use? We use a plural verb, are going, right? Because it's we, it's many people. Everyone is going. It seems strange, right? The meaning is the same, all of us and everyone, but the verb is totally different. And then all of the gold was stolen. In this case, we're talking about gold, so we use a singular verb. But here we're talking about us, so we use a plural verb. It seems crazy. And then everything was taken from my closet. Everything is a singular noun, so we use a singular verb. Today we're going to learn about those types of words. They're really, really tricky examples. Let's look. We have words like any, all, most, some, none, more. For this kind of word, we use a singular verb or a plural verb. And it depends on the situation. If I'm saying all of the gold, we know it's singular because gold is singular. But if we say all of us, it's plural because us, that's a plural group, right? These kind of words, many, others, few, several, and both, we always use plural verbs. So you might say, both of us are coming because it's two. Several cats live in my neighborhood. That's several, many. Okay. We have these kind of words. Another, anybody, some, all of these, we can use singular verbs. And these can be tricky because something like everyone, you think that's many people. So it's plural, but actually it's singular. And we're going to practice those today. We're also practicing using different kinds of pronouns like this, that, these, those. And we know when we say something's close, we say this thing. But if it's far away, we say that thing. And that's easy. But we can look at a paragraph on Friday morning, something, something, something. Then at the end we say on Friday. So we're repeating the same thing. We don't want to repeat too much. So instead of that, we can say that day. Because we already said Friday morning. Now why do we say that day? That day means not this day, but that day. And it's actually the day that we already talked about. Right? So instead of saying the man, you could say that man because we're already describing him. So we have 24 lessons. As you guys know, last time we studied lesson 22. And today I want to review a little bit. As we know, we review to keep our skills at 100%. If you learn it one time, you don't know the skill perfectly. It's not your permanent skill. But if you keep practicing it, then it's fresh. Every time it's fresh, and then you can use it naturally. So last time we talked about using adjective clauses and adjective phrases. I might describe this and I'll say, the man is waiting for the bus. We have a subject, we have a verb, and we have a complete idea, right? But we can add more information. Maybe we want to describe the man. So we put an adjective clause directly after the noun. So the man that's on the bench is waiting for the bus. We're describing him. Now, what if I want to shorten it? I can shorten it and I can say, the man on the bench is waiting for the bus. Now we have this phrase describing the place, and then we have the verb and a description. So here we've made an adjective phrase. We started with an adjective clause, that is on the bench, and we shortened it and made an adjective phrase, on the bench. Right? Last time we also watched a video, and I asked you guys to send me a paragraph based on the video, giving the information. And we got a great example I want to show you guys today. Let's read it. They determine our location through detecting the carbon dioxide that we exhale. Here we have an adjective clause, right? We're describing carbon dioxide. So which carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide that we exhale. Although they use the heat sensors, which are located on their antenna, here we added extra information. And when we added that, we put commas here. Now, when you see these commas, you know that you can take out that information. And I could say, also they use the heat sensors to find the juice. And that makes sense, right? When we have those commas, it shows that it's just some extra description. Here we have a reason to find the juice place to drill for plasma. According to the video, the bedbugs administer an anesthetic that prevents you from waking up. Here we have another adjective clause, that prevents you. It's describing anesthetic. Also, anticoagulant that lets blood flow freely from your veins. Another great adjective clause. It's describing anticoagulant. There's one problem here. We need a verb, right? So you could say, also, they have an anticoagulant, so we need subject verb. Bedbug can suck. Now here, I think we need bedbugs. It should be plural. Can suck blood 3 times its weight. Now, if it's plural, this should be plural. But here, maybe we could do singular. We could say a bedbug. And that's also correct. In English, you can choose singular or plural. But the parts of your sentence have to match. So we'll say, a bedbug can suck blood 3 times its weight in a single meal. Right? And this is great because it tells me when. We had a lot of great extra information, right, to tell us, according to the video, that tells us like who said it. We have per night, that tells us when, and can cause a serious anemia. We had words like and, also, that connect our ideas. And so we had a lot of good variety. Long sentences, short sentences, complex sentences, and simple sentences. So great paragraph. Thank you for sending it. We also had a speaking activity. And I asked you guys to look at this picture and tell me what happened. This is a kangaroo and a man. What was the story? So let's listen to that one.
There was a man who was walking in the forest and taking pictures about animals which are in the forest. He tried to perceive the wild kangaroo from a far distance. However, the wild kangaroo ran quickly towards the man and attacked the man who was holding the camera. The wild kangaroo, which hurt the man, jumped on him and tried to make him fall down.
All right, a great recording. Today we're going to talk about some grammar and some pronunciation. So there was a man who was walking in the forest. It's great we have an adjective clause. It's describing a man. If we take it out, the meaning isn't clear, right? There was a man. Is it complete? No. There was a man who was walking in the forest. We need more information, right? Which man? When we pronounce this, we can squeeze some words. And I want to ask you guys to practice. When we say there was a man, it should be there was a man. So we don't say was, we say was. It's really quick. When we say in the forest, we don't want that in the forest. It's too choppy. So we say in the forest, in the forest. There was a man who was walking in the forest. And then we say taking pictures. Right? So here I say of animals. And we say taking pictures of the Eiffel Tower, taking pictures of my family, which are in the forest. Another great adjective clause. Here, attacked the man. Here it should be attacked with ed because it's past tense. And when we pronounce that, we say attacked with a t sound at the end. Who was holding the camera? Again, an adjective clause. The wild kangaroo, which hurt the man. You hear the pause there, right? I pause because it's extra information. If we take this one out, is the meaning clear? Yeah, it's good. The wild kangaroo jumped on him, so it's still clear. That's why we use these commas. And tried to make him fall down. Here we can practice tried to. We don't say tried to. Tried to make him, we say fall down. So tried to make him fall down. That's something to practice again and again, that rhythm. So thank you for sending it. It was a great recording. As I said, today is lesson 23. On our website, you're going to see a lot more practice. And it's much better than listening to me. You need to try it. You're speaking, you're writing, you're reading. So you're going to find 5 sections. Review our old material. Learn new stuff. Practice. You're going to practice it with me. Create. You're going to create your own work. And 100% review. We have new activities to help you practice old skills, right? When you go to our site, you're going to see lesson 23, the 5 parts. Review, learn, practice, create, 100% review. You'll also find the solutions here. You're going to find the newsletter. I hope you guys enjoy it. Have fun with it. And I'll see you next time.